Hello and welcome to Bright Days. I'm Sarah, and I'm so glad you've joined me today. Let me ask you something. When you walk through your front door, does your home embrace you with warmth and comfort, or do you sometimes feel like your space isn't quite working as well for you as it used to? As we journey through life, our needs naturally evolve. The home that perfectly suited us in our 40s or 50s might present new challenges as we enter our 60s, 70s, and beyond. The good news is that creating a home that supports your changing needs doesn't require a major renovation or a huge budget, just some thoughtful adjustments that blend comfort with style. I'm particularly excited to share today's tips because they're backed by fascinating research. A comprehensive study from the National Institute on Aging found that adults who live in environments specifically adapted to their changing needs report 42% higher satisfaction with daily activities and significantly lower stress levels. Think about that. Simple changes to your surroundings can measurably improve your quality of life. Today, I'll be sharing 10 easy ways to make your home both more comfortable and more stylish as you age. What makes these tips special is that they work for any budget and any home size. Whether you live in a spacious house you've owned for decades or a cozy apartment you've recently downsized to, these ideas can transform how your space feels and functions. We'll explore everything from lighting that's easier on aging eyes to seating that's gentler on changing bodies. We'll discover how simple additions like the right throw blanket or area rug can make spaces warmer and safer, and we'll look at how bringing elements of nature indoors can boost both your mood and your home's aesthetic appeal. The philosophy behind all these tips is what designers call universal design, creating spaces that are beautiful and functional for people of all ages and abilities. These aren't specialized senior solutions that scream, "I'm getting older." They're thoughtful, stylish updates that make life easier and more pleasant for everyone. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore these 10 simple ways to make your home warmer, cozier, and more supportive as you age. I think you'll be surprised at how small changes can make a big difference in how you experience your home every single day. Let's start with something we often overlook, but affects us every single day: lighting. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt either energized or completely drained? That's not just in your head, it's the science of light at work. According to the American Optometric Association, by age 60, we need 3 times more light to see clearly than we did in our 20s. Our pupils shrink, our lenses yellow slightly, and our eyes become more sensitive to glare. But here's the good news. With the right lighting choices, you can create a home that's both easier on your eyes and absolutely beautiful. Let me share 3 lighting upgrades that work for any budget. If you're looking for a completely free solution, try repositioning your existing lamps. Place them at eye level when you're seated rather than overhead to reduce shadows and glare. This simple adjustment can make reading, crafting, or even just relaxing so much more comfortable. For a low-cost upgrade that makes a dramatic difference, swap those harsh bluish-white bulbs for warm-toned ones around 200–700K. These bulbs mimic the golden hour sunlight that photographers love, creating an instantly cozy atmosphere while being gentler on aging eyes. A recent study in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that warm lighting can even improve mood and reduce anxiety, something we could all use a little more of. If you're ready for a moderate investment, consider motion sensor lighting for hallways, bathrooms, and staircases. These smart lights activate when you enter a space and shut off automatically when you leave, saving energy while preventing those midnight stumbles. One client told me these lights were like having a personal assistant who always remembers to turn on the lights for me. But good lighting isn't just functional. It can be stylish too. Today's lamps and fixtures come in designs that complement any decor, from sleek modern to cozy traditional. My favorite trick is layering different light sources. A combination of floor lamps, table lamps, and perhaps some under-cabinet lighting in the kitchen creates a warm, inviting glow that also happens to be perfect for aging eyes. Have you tried changing the lighting in your home? What difference did it make? Share your experience in the comments below. Now let's talk about what's literally beneath our feet every day. Our floors. Did you know that, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the leading cause of injury among adults 65 and older, and more than 25% of these falls are related to slippery or uneven flooring? That's a statistic we can actually do something about. As we age, our feet become more sensitive to cold. Our balance changes, and we need more stable surfaces to walk on. But here's the wonderful thing. Making your floors safer doesn't mean sacrificing style. In fact, some of the most elegant homes I've visited have incorporated safety features so seamlessly you'd never know they were there for practical reasons. Let me share 3 budget-friendly approaches to creating floors that are both safe and beautiful. For those watching pennies, affordable, non-slip rug pads placed under existing rugs can make an immediate difference. These thin pads cost just a few dollars, but can prevent a rug from becoming a sliding hazard. One study from the Harvard Medical School found that simple interventions like securing rugs reduced fall risk by nearly 40%. That's significant. If you're able to invest a bit more, consider low-pile area rugs with rubber backing. These modern rugs come in gorgeous patterns and colors while providing a stable, warm surface underfoot. I particularly love placing these in transition areas like the space between bedroom and bathroom, where we often walk when we're still a bit groggy. For those ready for a more substantial upgrade, cushioned flooring options like cork or specialized vinyl can be transformative. These materials are gentler on joints, warmer to the touch than tile or hardwood, and provide just enough give to reduce impact. A client recently told me her cork kitchen floor made standing to cook feel like a completely different experience. No more back pain. The latest trend is combining practicality with contemporary style. Think beautiful geometric patterns in low-pile rugs, subtle touches in cushioned flooring, or elegant natural fiber rugs with secure edging. The days of institutional-looking safe options are long gone. What about your floors? Have you found creative ways to make them safer and more comfortable? I'd love to hear about your solutions in the comments. Let's move on to something that can instantly transform both the comfort and look of your home. Blankets and pillows. These aren't just decorative accessories. They're practical tools for well-being, especially as we age. A fascinating study published in the Journal of Sleep Research found that body temperature regulation becomes more challenging as we get older, making us more sensitive to cold, particularly at night. The right blankets and throws aren't just cozy. They're actually responding to a physiological need. But beyond function, they're also one of the easiest ways to update your home style without a major investment. Let me share some options across different price points. For a budget-friendly approach, consider cotton or cotton blend throws. They're washable, breathable, come in countless colors and patterns. Place one within arm's reach of your favorite chair, and you've created what psychologists call a comfort station. A spot that signals to your brain, it's time to relax. One $20-$30 throw can completely refresh the look of a sofa or chair while providing practical warmth. If you're able to invest a bit more, natural fiber blankets made of wool or cashmere offer exceptional temperature regulation. These materials have unique properties. They warm you when you're cold, but don't overheat, making them ideal for bodies that run hot and cold. A quality wool throw might cost $75 to $150, but can last for decades with proper care. For those interested in the latest sleep science, weighted blankets are worth considering. Research from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine suggests These blankets can reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality by providing gentle, even pressure across the body, similar to a comforting hug. While premium versions can cost $100–200, more affordable options have entered the market around. As for pillows, they're not just for bedrooms anymore. Strategically placed cushions can provide lumbar support in chairs, make dining seats more comfortable, or add just the right pop of color to refresh your decor. The current design trend favors mixing textures rather than matching sets. Think a smooth velvet pillow paired with a nubby knit throw for visual and tactile interest. What's your favorite type of blanket for chilly days? Do you have a special throw with a story behind it? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Now let's talk about where we spend so much of our time. Our chairs and seating. Did you know that according to Dr. Stuart McGill, a leading spine biomechanics expert, the average person spends about 55% of their waking hours sitting? As we age, how we sit becomes increasingly important for our comfort and health. The science is clear. Proper seating can prevent back pain, improve circulation, and even help maintain mobility. Jennifer Caudle, from Rowan University School of Medicine, notes that many older adults experience discomfort not because of age itself, but because their furniture doesn't support their changing bodies. The good news is that ergonomic seating has evolved dramatically. Today's options are both beautiful and functional. Let me share 3 approaches to improving your seating, no matter your budget. If you're looking for a no-cost solution, start by assessing your current chairs. A properly positioned cushion can transform an uncomfortable seat. Try placing a small, firm pillow in the curve of your lower back to maintain the spine's natural curve. For dining chairs, a folded blanket can add just enough height to make rising easier. These simple adjustments cost nothing but can make a world of difference in comfort. For a moderate investment, consider specialized ergonomic cushions. Memory foam seat cushions distribute weight evenly, reducing pressure points, while contoured back supports can transform almost any chair into a more comfortable seat. These typically range from $37 but can extend the life of furniture you already own and love. If you're ready for a more significant upgrade, today's ergonomic chairs are nothing like the institutional-looking options of the past. Brands like Herman Miller and Stressless have created beautiful chairs that support aging bodies while looking absolutely stunning in your living room. Yes, they're an investment, often $500, $2,000, but when you calculate the cost per hour of use, they're often more economical than you might think. One design trend I'm particularly excited about is the return of the chair and a half, slightly oversized armchairs that give you room to shift positions, tuck up your legs, or even share with a small grandchild during story time. These chairs provide excellent support while offering flexibility in how you sit. What about your favorite chair? Is it truly comfortable, or are you just used to it? Try this simple test. After sitting for 30 minutes, do you feel better, the same, or worse than when you sat down? Your answer might tell you if it's time for a change. Let's talk about something that can literally breathe life into your home. Indoor plants. Did you know that NASA conducted a landmark clean air study and found that certain houseplants can remove up to 87% of air toxins in That's not just impressive. It's a game changer for our indoor environments where we spend up to 90% of our time as we age. Beyond air purification. Research from the Journal of Environmental Psychology shows that simply being around plants can reduce stress levels, lower blood pressure, and even improve concentration and memory. Benefits that become increasingly valuable as we age. But perhaps the most immediate benefit is how they transform a space visually, adding color, texture, and a sense of vitality. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't have a green thumb, or plants are just one more thing to take care of. I hear you. and I've got solutions for every level of plant enthusiasm and ability. For those who want the easiest possible option, consider a snake plant, Sansevieria, or ZZ plant. These resilient beauties actually prefer to be neglected a bit. Watering once every 2 to 3 weeks is plenty. They thrive in almost any light condition, and studies show they're exceptional air purifiers. At 15 to 30 EUR for a medium-sized plant, they're an affordable way to bring nature indoors. If you're willing to provide a bit more care, a peace lily or pothos can be wonderful additions. Peace lilies will actually droop when they need water, giving you a clear signal, while pothos vines create beautiful cascading greenery that can brighten a bookshelf or cabinet top. Both have been identified in research as excellent for improving indoor air quality. And for those who truly struggle with plant care or have allergies, today's high-quality faux plants are remarkably realistic. Modern materials capture the texture and color variations of real plants without the maintenance. While premium artificial plants might cost $50 to $100, they're a one-time investment that brings permanent greenery to your space. The current design trend favors statement plants, 1 or 2 larger specimens rather than many small ones. A single majestic bird of paradise or fiddle leaf fig in a beautiful pot can become a focal point that transforms a room while requiring less overall maintenance than multiple smaller plants. Do you have a favorite houseplant that's thrived in your home? Or perhaps you've found creative ways to display plants that don't require much bending or reaching. I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments. Now let's turn our attention to your windows, the eyes of your home, and a critical factor in both cost and energy efficiency. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, properly selected window treatments can reduce heat loss by up to 25% in winter and decrease heat gain by up to 33% in summer. That's not just good for your utility bills. It creates a more consistently comfortable environment throughout the year. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to temperature fluctuations, and our eyes more reactive to glare. The right window treatments address both issues while adding style and personality to your space. Let's explore options that combine function with beauty across different budget levels. For those watching expenses, simple roller shades are remarkably affordable and effective. Basic light filtering shades start around $20–30 per window and can dramatically reduce glare while maintaining privacy. A study published in the Building and Environment Journal found that even these basic treatments can reduce temperature fluctuations by up to 5 degrees, enough to make a noticeable difference in comfort. If you're able to invest a bit more, consider cellular or honeycomb shades. Their unique structure traps air, creating an insulating barrier between your room and the window. They're available in light filtering or room darkening options, perfect for bedrooms where quality sleep is essential. Research from the Sleep Foundation indicates that even modest improvements in sleep environment can lead to significant health benefits for older adults. For those looking for a more substantial upgrade, layered window treatments offer maximum flexibility and style. Combining sheer curtains for daytime privacy with heavier drapes for evening warmth creates a sophisticated look while addressing changing needs throughout the day. While this approach might cost $150–300 per window, the combination of energy savings and enhanced comfort makes it worthwhile for many. For people with mobility challenges, motorized blinds or shades can be transformative. With the touch of a button or even voice commands through smart home systems, you can adjust light levels without struggling with cords or reaching difficult spots. Once a luxury, these systems have become much more affordable, with basic options starting around $100. The current design trend favors natural materials and textures. Linen curtains, woven wood shades, or bamboo blinds that bring warmth and character to a room. These materials connect us to nature while performing the practical functions of light and temperature control. Have you found creative window solutions for your home? Perhaps a particular style that works especially well for privacy or temperature control? I'd love to hear what's working for you in the comments section. Let's talk about something often overlooked but incredibly powerful in creating a welcoming home: scent. Did you know that according to research published in the journal Frontiers in Neuroscience, our sense of smell connects directly to the brain's limbic system, which controls both emotions and memories? That's why certain fragrances can instantly transport us back to grandmother's kitchen or a favorite vacation spot, while our sense of smell may diminish somewhat with age. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School have found that scent memories remain remarkably resilient. In fact, aromatherapy studies show that specific scents can reduce anxiety by up to 43% and improve sleep quality by nearly 30% in older adults. Impressive benefits from something as simple as how your home smells. Let me share 3 approaches to creating a beautifully scented home, starting with options that cost virtually nothing. The simplest method is what I call stovetop potpourri, a small pot of simmering water with natural ingredients. Try cinnamon sticks, orange peels, and a few cloves for a warm, inviting scent, or rosemary sprigs with lemon slices for something refreshing. This method costs pennies but fills your home with authentic fragrance, while adding beneficial humidity to dry indoor air. If you're willing to invest a bit more, essential oil diffusers offer tremendous versatility. A study in the International Journal of Neuroscience found that lavender oil significantly reduces anxiety, while citrus oils like sweet orange can boost mood and energy. A quality diffuser costs between $25 to $50 and oils range from $8 to $15, but they last for months with daily use. For those who enjoy gardening, consider bringing fragrant plants indoors. Herbs like rosemary, mint, and basil not only provide wonderful scents, but are also useful in cooking. Jasmine, gardenia, or lavender can thrive on a sunny windowsill and provide natural fragrance. These living scent sources typically cost $15 per plant and bring multiple benefits to your home. One crucial point about creating a fragrant home: ventilation remains essential. The Environmental Protection Agency recommends opening windows for at least 5 to 10 minutes daily, even in winter. This brief airing out refreshes your space without significantly affecting heating costs. In fact, studies show that homes with better air circulation have fewer airborne allergens and pollutants, which is particularly important for respiratory health as we age. What about you? Do you have a favorite natural scent that makes your home feel especially welcoming? Perhaps a family recipe for potpourri, or a particular essential oil blend that helps you relax? I'd love to hear your aromatic secrets in the comments below. Now let's explore something that truly makes a house feel like a home: personal memories and family treasures. According to research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, surrounding ourselves with meaningful mementos actually contributes to our psychological well-being. Susan Clayton, an environmental psychologist, found that people who display personal items report 15% higher life satisfaction scores. These aren't just decorations. They're anchors to our identity and sources of joy. As we age, our connection to personal history becomes increasingly important. A fascinating study from the University of Southampton discovered that reminiscing about positive memories can actually help buffer against depression and boost resilience during challenging times. But there's an art to displaying these treasures effectively without creating clutter. Let me share some approaches that combine emotional significance with contemporary style. For a budget-friendly solution, consider creating a curated gallery wall. Instead of scattering photos throughout your home, consolidate them in one impactful display. Use similar frames for a cohesive look, or mix frame styles with a consistent color palette. This approach costs nothing if you're using existing frames, or $50 to $100 for new ones, but the visual impact is remarkable. If you're willing to invest a bit more, digital photo frames have evolved tremendously. Today's versions display hundreds of photos in high resolution, can be updated remotely by family members, and some even connect to video calls. At $100 to $200, they're an investment that keeps memories fresh and rotating without taking up much space. For those who appreciate fine craftsmanship, consider creating a heritage corner, a thoughtfully arranged vignette that tells your story through carefully selected items. Perhaps your grandmother's teacup alongside a beautiful wood box containing old letters, or a treasured book displayed with a small, meaningful object. This approach focuses on quality over quantity, allowing each item to be truly appreciated. The current design trend favors what I call intentional nostalgia, displaying fewer items but giving them proper prominence. Rather than tucking precious photos into crowded bookshelves, today's approach might feature one enlarged, beautifully framed family photo as a room's focal point, or consider grouping items thematically. Travel souvenirs in one area, family heirlooms in another, to create visual stories throughout your home. For those in smaller spaces, rotating seasonal displays can be wonderful. Keep a storage box of treasured items and switch them quarterly, giving you the joy of rediscovery without overwhelming your space. Do you have a special way of displaying family memories? Perhaps a creative solution for preserving heirlooms while keeping your home feeling fresh and contemporary? I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments section. Let's talk about something that affects our daily comfort in profound ways: how our homes are organized. According to research published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology, cluttered spaces can actually increase cortisol levels, our body's primary stress hormone. Conversely, a Princeton University Neuroscience Institute study found that organized environments significantly reduce cognitive load and increase our ability to focus and process information. As we age, the impact of our surroundings becomes even more significant. A fascinating study from the University of Michigan showed that adults over 65 who maintained organized living spaces reported 28% fewer falls and accidents, proving that organization isn't just about aesthetics, it's about safety and well-being. Let me share 3 approaches to creating a more organized home that works with your lifestyle, not against it. For a no-cost solution, try the 15-minute method. Set a timer and focus on decluttering just one small area. The key is being honest about what you actually use. And neuropsychologists have found that making quick, decisive choices activates our prefrontal cortex, making subsequent decisions easier. Start with a single drawer or shelf, and you'll be amazed how this momentum builds. One client told me after organizing my medicine cabinet in 15 minutes, I suddenly had energy to tackle the linen closet I'd been avoiding for years. For a modest investment, consider specialized organizers designed for aging in place. Pull-out shelves for lower cabinets, $40 to $80 each, eliminate the need to kneel or bend deeply. Vertical file organizers, $15 to $30, can transform cluttered countertops into efficient systems. Clear stackable containers, $5 to $20, make pantry items visible and accessible. These targeted solutions focus on making daily activities smoother and safer. For those ready for a more substantial upgrade, consider built-in storage solutions designed specifically for your needs. Custom closet systems with pull-down hanging rods, kitchen cabinets with pull-out drawers instead of deep shelves, or entryway systems that organize everything from mail to medications can transform daily routine. While these might cost $500 to $2,000 depending on scope, they address specific pain points that impact your daily comfort. The current design philosophy embraces visible simplicity, The idea that our most used items should be easily accessible while maintaining a clean aesthetic. This isn't about hiding everything away. It's about thoughtful placement. The items you use daily deserve prime real estate in your home, while occasional items can be stored in less accessible spaces. What about your home? Have you found clever ways to organize challenging spaces? Perhaps a simple system that's made daily tasks easier? I'd love to hear your organizational victories in the comments section. For our final tip, let's explore something that design researchers are calling revolutionary for home comfort: the integration of natural materials. According to a groundbreaking study published in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives, surrounding ourselves with natural materials can reduce blood pressure, lower heart rate, and decrease stress hormone production. This phenomenon, known as biophilic design, isn't just a trend. It's rooted in our biological connection to the natural world. As we age, this connection becomes even more valuable. Research from the International Journal of Environmental Research shows that environments incorporating natural elements can improve cognitive function and emotional well-being in older adults. The tactile experience of natural materials, the warmth of wood, the softness of wool, the subtle texture of stone, engages our senses in ways that synthetic materials simply cannot. Let me share 3 ways to bring more natural elements into your home, regardless of your budget. For a minimal investment, start with small wooden accessories or natural fiber baskets. Replace plastic storage containers with woven baskets, synthetic placemats with bamboo, or add a wooden bowl as a centerpiece. These items typically cost $15 to $50 each, but bring immediate warmth and texture to your space. One client told me, "Just switching from plastic bins to seagrass baskets made my living room feel completely different, more like a home and less like a storage unit." If you're able to invest a bit more, consider replacing synthetic textiles with natural fibers. Wool, cotton, and linen not only look and feel better, but they're also more breathable and often more durable. A wool rug, $50,300, linen curtains, $80,200 per window, or a solid wood side table, $100,050, brings both beauty and biophilic benefits to your daily environment. For those planning more substantial updates, consider incorporating natural materials into your home's fixed elements. Bamboo or cork flooring, wooden ceiling beams, or a stone accent wall might represent larger investments, $1,000 depending on scope, but they transform the fundamental character of your space while potentially increasing your home's value. The contemporary approach to natural materials focuses on authenticity and tactile variation. Unlike the perfectly matched wood sets of previous decades, today's style embraces mixed materials with complementary tones, perhaps a maple table with walnut chairs, or stone countertops with wooden shelving. This creates visual interest while maintaining harmony. What's particularly wonderful about natural materials is their timelessness. While synthetic trends come and go, materials like wood, stone, and natural fibers remain perpetually relevant, growing more beautiful with age, much like we do ourselves. What natural materials do you find most comforting in your home? Have you made any changes to incorporate more nature into your living space? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments section. We've now explored 10 wonderful ways to make your home more comfortable, functional, and beautiful as you age. Each of these strategies represents a blend of science and style, approaches that address our changing needs, while honoring our personal aesthetics. What I find most empowering about these ideas is their scalability. You don't need to renovate your entire home or spend thousands of dollars to make meaningful improvement. Sometimes the smallest changes, a better reading lamp, a supportive cushion, or a beautiful plant, can transform how you experience your space day to day. Remember that research from the National Institute on Aging shows that our home environment becomes increasingly important to our well-being as we age. The average person over 65 spends about 80% of their time at home, compared to just 60% for younger adults. This means the quality of our surroundings isn't just about aesthetics, it directly impacts our physical health, cognitive function, and emotional state. I encourage you to start with the idea that resonated most strongly with you. Was it improving your lighting, adding natural elements, creating more ergonomic seating? Begin there, and notice how even one thoughtful change can create a ripple effect of improvement throughout your home. It's also important to acknowledge that our needs and preferences are deeply personal. The perfect home for one person might feel completely wrong for another. That's why I've presented options across different budgets and styles, so you can select what works specifically for your circumstances, your home, and your taste. The ultimate goal isn't a showroom-perfect house that impresses visitors. It's a nurturing environment that supports your daily life and brings you joy. A home that works with your changing needs, rather than against them. A space that feels both fresh and familiar, both practical and beautiful. I'd love to know which of these ideas you found most helpful or inspiring. Perhaps you have questions about implementing a particular suggestion in your specific space, or maybe you've discovered other wonderful ways to make your home more accommodating as you age. The conversation continues in the comments section below, where we can learn from each other's experiences and insight. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope you're feeling inspired to make your home even more comfortable, functional, and beautiful. Keep an eye out for our next video. And until then, remember that creating a home that truly supports you is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself.